There is such a discrimination around eating, and people make fun. But what is the origin of it? Origin of it either in some hormonal imbalances, and that makes sense because certain people don't have the adequate hormones or their body is producing more hormones. In that case, they truly don't control, cannot control. But there is a second aspect of eating in which there may be actual trauma in childhood or young age. What trauma does ultimately, it causes stress, chronic stress. In chronic stress, our pleasure disappears. We don't feel relaxed. We don't experience joy, happiness, natural sense of well-being. But we cannot live without well-being. Because if I'm not living with well-being, then either I will be anxious or will be in despair or actually depressed. So what I will do? I will go for various things, including food. Because food is acceptable. So if we are eating together as a family, somebody will eat less, somebody will eat more, and it is acceptable. So actually it becomes pleasure eating, emotional eating. And the effect is overweight. But then it becomes a secondary side effect because then people will discriminate, so we will withdraw from the food. We will reduce the food. We will try to have less of this, less of that. But that becomes very complicated because body will demand. And so we are almost on a roller coaster ride. And some of it may lead to profound eating disorder. So some people go through anorexia and then binge eating, and then binge eating and anorexia. It becomes finally a disease. It is because whatever happened in our childhood or at a younger age, that created widespread changes because of chronic stress. But it can be corrected. Hormonal problems can be corrected by giving hormones or doing something about it. And this one again, understanding my personality, bringing somatic awareness, because once we do that, we are connected with the body, not disconnected. Once we are connected with the body, our brain will tell us how much to eat, what kind of food is good, creating well-being, and others are not. So it can be remedied. It is possible. Taking any dietary regime as such is not a good idea. So we have to select healthy foods from a variety of traditions. Because, Mediterranean diet is one, but there are diets in Japan or India or in South America. They were very good. So we have to pick and choose different food items from different tradition and experiment. Because that will tell us what is nourishing me, what is bringing me well-being, and what is not good for me. Because Mediterranean diet evolved in a particular set of circumstances. Some of it is universally applicable. Others are not. So, excessive emphasis on cheese or something may not work because it may have more salt, and so on and so forth. So actually, in context of somatic eating, I become a scientist. My mind and body become a laboratory. And then I pick and choose a variety of food, making sure quantitatively I'm getting everything protein, carbohydrate, and so on and so forth. And eventually I will come to a conclusion that these 15, these 20 or 25 items are good for my physical and mental health. Of course, once in a while I can try anything, so this is nothing strict. But by and large, I will discover what is good for me in context of my personality. So I won't borrow as such the total diet from any background, but pick and choose certain items and become my own expert, because that will sustain. Anything which comes from inside will be sustained. Anything comes from outside won't be sustained, because that becomes a very hard discipline to follow. I become my own guru, my expert, and my own disciple and student. Then that discipline will be maintained whole of life. That is another facet of Somatic.